and welcome to another episode of The Engineer. This episode is all about big kill streaks in Battlefield 4 when you're in the tank, playing on the tank-centric maps such as Rogue Transmission, Dawnbreaker, Caesar Shanghai. People are really into playing them. There's a lot of servers available, quite often 24/7 ones, and you want to rack up these big kill streaks and become more proficient in a tank. These are probably the servers for you if you're looking to do that, and this is the video for you if you're looking to get those big kill streaks. So, kicking things off, in the background you can see a 75 kill streak. We were playing on some Conquest Small with, I think it was unlimited time, but it was a fairly competitive game, a 32 player server as well, which is my personal favourite. I don't mind 64 player, but I think it's a bit too much, and on Conquest Large it's a bit too hectic and not as tactical for me, so Conquest Small is always a nice thing to change up to. Not a lot of servers for it nowadays, but it's still quite a good thing. If you can find a decent server, it's a good one to go on to. Also playing 800 tickets as well, so it's not one of these unlimited ticket servers, you know, 3,000 or whatever they go up to. So, you know, when we are playing quite a competitive game, trying to cap flags the whole way through. Now I'm going with my usual setup of an AP shell, HMG, APS, autoloader and thermal optics. Now, the reason I'm going for all of these things, as I've said in previous videos, I think it gives me personally the best all-round options for taking down tanks and infantry and helicopters and all the rest of them. I find that this is the best setup for me. If it was purely tanks, I'd probably go for an HE shell. If it was purely air things, I'd probably may even change to a Sabot shell. And if there was no infantry, then I'd probably change my HMG up to something else, because, you know, there's no point in having an HMG for shooting a tank unless you can plan on shooting the gunner or something when he gets out to repair. As you can see in the background, it's only the highlights because the match was fairly long, but throughout it we're being a mixture of aggressive and conservative. So we're going in to take down tanks and enemies on flags, flat out trying to help our team push up. Quite often, as you see then in the background, things do get a little bit close, and I find myself in some situations like now where the friendly tank's been taken down and I know I've got two tanks to deal with. I get a lucky shot on that guy taking him down before going in a one-on-one battle with this guy. I don't have my APS and my gunner is not going to get out to repair me, so I get away as soon as possible, get under the dish so I know I'm not going to get attacked by a jet of some sort, because they did have a fairly good jet pilot on their team. And I'm just going to go down, and as I'm running away I'm going to take down those enemies on the flag as I'm retreating. That way I'm going to help my team get that flag back under the dish. Now, a couple of times in this video you'll see me attacking Bravo just here underneath the dish. Now this is the best position for me personally when capping that flag, just sitting back here just behind the burn, because most of the players are going to spawn in front of you either side of the road. Now you also have to make sure that you don't get sneak attack from behind, but if you've got a gunner just having a look behind you, you will be fine. Now here on Delta flag just there, you'll see, I think it could be Echo on Conquest Large. This is my favourite position for attacking this flag, just sitting on the T-junction of the road, taking down enemies and pushing forward. That quad bike you can see in front of me as well is a favourite spawn point for the enemy if they have that flag, because often people spawn on the vehicles. It's an easy one to shoot and get yourself 1 or 2 kills. So just bear that in mind. If you see someone jump on it, take them down. Also watch out behind you because people do spawn there. And as you see again, pushing down to Bravo, taking up this position on the road, and you can just see countless amounts of enemies spawning either side that I can take out. I'll wait for the infantry from Delta to catch me up. They get on the flag, I know it's safe to push on there, and I can just move backwards and forwards, making myself harder to hit, using the thermal optics just to pick out any enemies that I see, keeping an eye on my minimap as much as possible. And there we go, we've taken the flag once again. When you're pushing Charlie as well, or I believe it's Delta on Conquest Large, this is a good position to be taking up, especially if you're attacking from the Chinese side. Using that bit of cover on the right hand side, trying not to get too stuck on all the potholes in the road, and just pushing backwards and forwards, giving the enemy a harder target to hit. Make sure you don't get shot in the back if they've capped some of the flags behind you, but just moving backwards and forwards, it's a great place to take up. And especially then when you push onto this flag, you can take this position on the left hand side. You've got a lot of cover either side of you, and you can take down any tanks that are approaching from their base. You also get a good angle on any snipers that are up on the hill as well. As you can see, again, the ticket count is super close in this game, 48 to 24 at the minute. They've had a good push back the enemy, so what I'm going to do is just cap this flag. I'm more worried about winning the game, to be honest, than getting a higher kill streak. So we stay on that flag. We then push forward to try and cap the last flag, but we know we've already won it. That jet gets a very nice strafe on me. I bail at the last second just to make sure I stay alive. My tank's still up. we would be able to repair it, but we survived the round, won a very competitive game of Conquest. One of the best games I've played, to be honest. 75-0, made half of the other team quit. which is always a good thing. I do love going on these big kill streaks. Just wanted to share that one with you, and a couple of tips for going on those big kill streaks as well along the way. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you do want some more tutorials and stuff like that, just leave down in the comments what you want to see. Thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.